Hello friends, welcome back to another video. As you see in the background, we are refueling our aircraft and we will be flying the Fokker F28 from Just Flight today. This aircraft has been sitting in the hangar for quite some time due to me not finding time to record enough videos, but today we are going to take a first look. It received some significant updates since it was released, so this will be the latest revision and we'll take it from cold and dark, taxi, departure, cruise, descent, arrival, landing. Will be a full flight. I'm not sure if I will publish this in one video or multiple parts. I haven't decided yet, but most likely it will be divided because it's gonna be a long video. We'll see about that, so just check the description when this is published to see if it was divided into separate videos. We are currently parked at Vienna, Lima Oscar Whiskey Whiskey, and our destination airport is going to be Pescara, Lima India Bravo Papa. That's at the coast of Italy. And this is about an hour 30-minute flight if I am not mistaken. And yeah, so that's what we are going to do. Let's just finish refueling and we will hop into the cockpit and start powering the aircraft. Alright, we are now in the cockpit of the F28. We will go through the startup procedure. There is a very comprehensive checklist. I'm not sure if we will follow that to the fine detail, but we'll see. Our flight plan is not from SimBrief. I have a SimBrief flight plan, but the purpose of that flight plan is to give me the fuel and the payload. We will be doing a conventional navigation flight. In other words, we will be flying from VOR to VOR with no GPS waypoints. And this aircraft did not came out with a GPS when it was originally released. So we will not use that, but it's a VOR to VOR flight plan is what we are going to use. As you see, we have the weather radar down there, not the GPS. We are now refueled. We will start the aircraft and then we will be ready to load our passengers when we have established power and did our cockpit preparation checks and have APU running so that the cabin is at a comfortable temperature. So we will start with the overhead and introduce power to the aircraft and continue from there. First things first, we gotta check a couple things before we can introduce power. Speed brakes are retracted, flaps are retracted, fuel switches are in the cutoff position, throttles are in idle, landing gear is down, wipers are in the off position, and I think that should be it. Other than that, I don't recall anything. By the way, the seats move, so I'm gonna move my captain's seat into the correct position. Yes, now we can introduce power to the aircraft. So now we are seated. We will check the battery voltages. Battery 1 is reading around 26 volts. Battery 2 is similar, so we have at least enough voltage to start some of the systems and the APU. So we will turn the battery master to on, and I love how these switches act. Just Flight did a great job with this aircraft, and I think they are raising the bar with every aircraft they are releasing. Okay, next thing, we have to check out. You can go through the DC bus or the essential bus to make sure it's powered and energized, and the batteries are now draining because they are the ones providing power to the aircraft. But we will start the APU. We'll turn, before we can turn the APU main on, I almost forgot we have an APU fire test here. We will hold it for 5 seconds until we see the light. Let it go and then reset. So our fire test is complete and it is working just fine. We can turn the APU main to on, and what this does is it opens the door at the back. Roughly takes about 10 seconds after you flip the switch, so we should be good to go now. Starters is over here. We will hit start and watch the RPM and TGT. They should both start rising, and we should hear the APU spooling in the back of the aircraft. And we already see the exhaust heat blur coming out. Alright, so when it reaches green, TGT will stabilize, and now we should have power. We will turn the generator 3 on, and it will start providing DC power to the aircraft. That's the AC bus, and the transformer rectifier units will convert that AC electricity to DC, so our DC buses are also energized and our batteries are no longer discharging, but now they are charging. So we'll keep this on the essential bus. We can turn the APU air on, but APU is not capable of providing bleed air to both cockpit and cabin. So we are more worried about the comfort of our passengers. So we will turn the cabin packs on and turn the APU air on, which will then start providing air to the cabin. We can see the dock temperature here, which means the cabin is a little bit chilly. It's, I guess, a cold day here. But we will continue our overhead flow and then request boarding. We'll do it from top to bottom, left to right. We already discussed the electrical power panel. There is nothing to do here. Only thing we need to make sure is the emergency power and isolation switches are guarded. Battery master is on. We are not using external power. The buses are tied. Transformer rectifier units are on. Battery isolate switches are guarded. Constant speed drive disconnect is guarded. We will arm the emergency exit lights and go to the center section. APU is running. Engine starter panel will remain in its current state for now, and we have already discussed this. Cabin pressure, we can test all of these lights by pressing on them and then releasing, and they will show that they are working. Every single light. I'm not gonna do all the light tests, but you can do it. While we have AC power, we can put some integral lighting for the overhead, and we will go up one more time. Bleed air system, it should be in auto. We can test all the lights here. They should be all working. I think this is going to be the last group of lights that I'm going to test. We discussed about the air conditioning system. We can inform the cabin that we are getting ready to board our passengers. I think I need to switch to this view for you guys to see a little bit better. We will set our pressurization panel. We will be climbing to 28,000 feet for this flight, and according to the manual we have to select 1,000 feet above on the cabin pressurization system. There is also barometric pressure setting, but I think this is for landing, for your destination airport. But we can also just go in here and check the METAR 1017 and set that to 1017. It's kind of hard to see, but it's over here, and if I start clicking, there is a black pointer there, and I think we'll just keep it somewhere here that's close to 1017. Alright, so that's the mid section of overhead. Let's go and take a look at here. We are not doing anything here. Down below, this is showing all the anti-icing. So this is the anti-ice or de-icing systems of the aircraft. These are turned off. The system does not have any pressure. We'll put this to auto. This is the engine anti-ice. This is the airframe anti-ice systems. The window heat we will put to low. The temperature is below 20 degrees outside. And the pitot heats will stay on. And vane heating will stay off, not on, I'm sorry. Until we are ready to taxi. So that part is done. We will turn the fasten seatbelts and no smoking signs on, and now we are ready to board the passengers. So we will go ahead and open our doors. This should probably be done by the cabin crew, but so be it. There was a light switch. Oh, that's the light switch. That's the boarding music, and there's another light switch here that turns the cabin lights on, and we can return back to our seat and tell GSX to board the passengers. Let's close our cockpit door and let's ask for boarding. Right. Just waiting for GSX to tell me if I want to board the crew. Oh, cargo doors, yeah, sure. Let's do that, and let's import that. No, we don't want to board the crew. Okay. We have... Let me check the flight plan, because I need to adjust the passenger count. So we have 82 passengers on board. And according to the flight plan on SimBrief, we should have a takeoff weight of 31,430 kilograms. 31,470. I am fine with that. Clicking here will set the trim. We will do that while we are here. And I think... Oh, the only last thing we will do at the overhead is to test the ice detection system. It takes a little bit, but it will test and turn, and the light will extinguish. So our passengers are coming. While we have AC power, we can turn on our radios now. We can turn on our high frequency radio, our ADF radios to on, our transponder to standby, and transponder mode to Charlie. We can test the TCAS system. That will complete
system test. Okay.
That will complete the TCAS test. And we will set the QNH. Is it set already? No, now it is. We will clear this warning. Do the tests over here for the speed system. And we will continue with the main control panel. We will set a 10-degree flight director command for climb, and we will select heading on the selector. We will tune the first two frequencies that we will use for our departure. First one is going to be the Foxtrot Mike Delta VOR 110.4. We will tune that to nav 1 and put the DME on. 110.4. And the second one, let me put the course in there too. The course will be similar to our runway heading, and that is 111. Oh no, not 111. 2902. We are departing from runway 29. So we will set 2902. Nav 2 is going to be our second VOR that we will use right after departure, and the frequency is 115.50. That is now set. And we will turn the DME on here, and the course for that second VOR is going to be, let me see here, 187. Set 187 here, and that's our MCP done. We can get some integral lighting here too. We'll turn the electrical pump to pressurize the hydraulic system so that our brakes will hold when we remove the chocks. We'll test the initiation system for the captain. While going over here, I think it was this. This is automatically selected for your, based on the outside air temperature and your payload. But if you want to derate the engines, you can check the chart that's in the manual and select the temperature. I'm just going to do it without checking the chart, but there's a chart in the manual that you can check. I can't remember what was it called, and that will give you this number that you need to put in if you want to derate the engines. Weather radar will go to standby at this point. We'll carry the engine fire warnings tests for left engine and right engine. We will also do the TVI test. We have already completed this. While we are here, we will test the fuel pumps one by one. The lights should extinguish when we turn the switches to on position. And that is the test. We can also complete that lamp test here. The captain also has a skid controller test that we can carry out now. System is pressurized, so we can turn off the electrical pump. If you have seen my 146 videos, this is what Just Flight does. You just click the plug card and that will set the speed box for you. We will do a flaps 11 takeoff, and our rotate speed is 132, which should be set on our speed box. We will climb directly to our cruising altitude of 28,000 feet. We are not using ATC and we are not following departure charts due to this being a VOR to VOR flight plan. We will put the indicated airspeed or knots over here. We can test the radio altimeter. And that is pretty much all the tests and settings that needs to be done. At the instrument panel, we can test the first officer lights for the initiations. Turn around, turn the oxygen on. Okay, sorry about that. And we will continue with the pedestal. We kind of did pretty much everything here, but we'll just glance at it to see if we have done everything. We will throw in a transponder code there. And that is pretty much it. We can turn on our comm radios as well, even if we are not going to use ATC. And we can turn the nav lights on. So when the boarding is complete, we are pretty much ready to request pushback and start our engines. Let's check outside to see where we are. Couple more luggages left, I guess, and then we should be done with the boarding. Our departure time is 11:50 UTC, and we have a couple minutes left, so boarding is complete. Let's go and close the doors, turn the lights off, and obviously close the cargo doors, remove the chocks. We should be on parking brake. Parking brake lever is here and it's pulled, so yes, the parking brake is engaged. And we are pretty much ready to request pushback. Alright, we will ask for pushback. For pushback, we will first turn on our fuel pumps, boost pumps. Anti-collision lights will go to on. And we are waiting for the tug to connect. In the meantime, we can turn the engine starter master switch to on. And that is pretty much it until we have pushback ready. As I said, I'm not gonna go through these checklists. Yeah, it's kind of long, but I think we have done most of this. The only thing we haven't done is to check the fuel quantities. We have almost 3000 kilograms of fuel in the left and right tanks. Center tank is empty. We can put some lights to the engine instruments as well, and in case it goes dark. So how we are going to push, let's see here. We will push the tail to the right, nose to the left, according to what I'm seeing here. We could have like started the engines and took this taxiway, but what did I say? Nose left, tail right. This is what we want. Alright. Parking brake is released. And we will start the engines here in a little bit. I'm just waiting to leave the gate a little bit for the parking position. Anti-collision lights are on, everything we have checked, and we'll go ahead and click the switch to the right to start engine 2 first, and it should shut the AP's bleed air system to provide air to the engine for engine start. We will go down here. What we are monitoring here is 15% RPM, and then we will introduce fuel between 15 and 20%. We are seeing the relight or ignition. TGT should start increasing. We should see oil pressure rising, and then low RPM gauge should start showing RPM. At about 40%, the fuel switch will go to the on position or open position, and that will complete the engine start. Engine should stabilize around 53% high RPM, and we can go ahead and do the same thing for engine number 1. Okay, parking brakes set. Yes, we will confirm engine start here in a little bit, 15% roughly. Adding fuel to start, and then waiting for 40%, and the fuel control switch will move to open position when we reach 40%. We are seeing TGT on the rise, low RPM gauge is showing the RPM, and then the oil pressure is increasing. We are about to pass 40%. The fuel switch will go into the open position, and we can confirm good engine start. Beautiful. There's another aircraft pushing back here. After starting engines, both engines are stable. We can turn the engine starter master to off. We can turn the cabin packs to on. We can turn off APU bleed, turn off and reset the generator 3. We should be receiving power from Gen 1 and Gen 2, which we are, and we can stop the APU. Then it will stop and we can turn the main off. Perfect. Now APU is almost stopped. We will wait just a little bit more. All the cabin.
Come through, please take your seats for takeoff.
Not takeoff. I'm sorry. What are you doing? Not yet. But anyway. Alright, APU is off. We can turn the APU main off. Come down. We can turn the pitot heat to on. That didn't work quite well. I don't know that it was going to happen. But anyway, we will set flaps 11 for takeoff. That is done. We will turn the taxi lights on. We will also arm the lift dampers or spoilers, in other words. And now we are ready to taxi. And that should be everything before we can taxi. Let's do this part at least. System is out, levers are open, all the lights are out, generator lights are out, gen switch off, APU air off, air conditioning is on, AC/DC we checked, anti-icing switches are in auto, windshield heating is at low, P2 M vane heating, I think we turned them on, yes we did. Electrical pump switches are off, guards are closed, flight control lights are out, and flaps are set. We already set the trim, collective tank indicators, or collector tank indicators, these are black. And flaps are 11 degrees, crew briefing is complete, and we will just keep it here. Let's connect the parking brake. Where is this guy coming? We don't have the chocks. And we will keep the checklist here. Are you going to really pass through us? No, okay. I'm glad you didn't. Right, we will give him way. And let's go. Tap the brakes to make sure our brakes are working. Yes, they are. We will take a left turn towards runway 29er here in a little bit and taxi and hold short at the threshold, or not threshold, hold point. Okay, that's our turn. Is it? Yes. Yeah, a little bit weird, but yet, yes, this is our turn. So we will take this left turn, slight left turn, and then left turn. This is the left turn now. And this should take us to runway 29er. And hopefully we will not come across any aircraft, because this should be, isn't this the, this should be the wrong taxiway. This should be the incoming aircraft taxiway, which kind of explains why I'm seeing that guy right there. Oh no, he's leaving. Okay, we're good. You don't have to pass through him. And let's give her some power to get some ground speed going. Oh, everything is looking good. We will leave Vienna here in a little bit. Our speed logs are set. I see it there. 10-degree command is set. Only thing we didn't set is the heading bug. That should match the runway QDM 29er2. So let's set our heading bug while we are taxiing and set it to 29er2. So let's That's 2-9er. That's 1-2. That should be it. Perfect. Alright, beautiful. Solid aircraft, as I said. I really like what Just Flight did with this aircraft. It is a lot of fun. It doesn't have the modern aircraft systems, but I think it's no secret that I have a crush for retro airliners, so enjoy flying the F28. I didn't get enough chance to fly, maybe once or twice so far since it's released, but hopefully I will have more time in the near future and will be able to enjoy this aircraft a lot more. We will hold the attendance one more time to see if it's going to trigger the cabin crew take your seats for takeoff. If not, we can use the EFB to do that announcement. And it's under the aircraft right here. It's already grayed out because we already told them that. Interesting. Anyway, this next right turn is going to take us, oh no, not Rex, we have one more, and then we can take that right turn into runway 29er.